Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in extending a warm welcome to our three special guests on stage today. First, I would like to introduce Lieutenant Governor Kehoe, our next governor. Next, I'm delighted to welcome Governor Parson. Next, our founder and CEO, 27North, our founder and CEO of 27North, Pavel Bosovic. Governor.
Well, thank you. What an unbelievable, incredible opening and building, and just so happy for Pavel. I met several years ago through Michael Eaton, who I'm sure is stalking around here somewhere with the Missouri Manufacturers Association. And we hit it off right away because my very first business, my very first entry into business and manufacturing was converting vans. And so it was very similar when I went through Pavel's first shop. A, I knew he was going to outgrow it, but B, I was very familiar with the process. They were doing it much better than we did many years ago. But what an exciting time for a young man who has incredible wisdom and the ability to build a fantastic team, including his family and his wife who's with us today, and the team members that have been here at 27North to drive this vision forward. And then this facility. We were here just not too long ago, Mr. Mayor, taking a scoop out of the earth and trying to make sure we'd get this building up. Thank goodness Ken McClure and I had nothing to do with building it. But to see this beautiful facility now and the products that Pavel's building just really warms my heart, because this is what this part of the region and Missouri is all about, is creating opportunities for others, creating jobs for other people, and building products that are world-class, literally world-class, that you just can't get anywhere else from right here in Missouri. So I have been just humbled to be able to watch Pavel's journey. And I went to my funny story about him is I went to the first time that they unveiled this big bad boy over here in downtown Springfield, and I hadn't met him before, so I was practicing how to say Pavel, trying to make sure I said the right thing. And then when I got done talking to him, I got off stage, his cousin was sitting next to me, and I said, "Did I pronounce it right?" She said, "Yeah, but our family just calls him Paul." I'm like, "Could you have told me that a half hour ago?" But he has been an inspiration to me. He doesn't know that. And the way he has looked at how to get things done, the way he has approached life, and his vision without letting anything get in his way on how he knows to go forward. I am just so proud of him and happy to be here and happy for the community for this facility that's been built here. And I know many more great things are to come. But the real guy you're probably here to listen to, and maybe it's Pavel as well, is not me, is our governor who joins us here today. Governor Parson and I met many years ago, and his commitment to public service is beyond reproach from anybody that I've probably met, from the Army to serving as a sheriff to State House to Senate to Lieutenant Governor and now Senator. But one thing I can tell you about Mike and his wife Teresa that's here with us today is they do what's best for Missouri based on their heart, on common sense conservative principles with Christian values in mind. And if you have somebody like that at the top of the house governing, you're not always going to make everybody happy, but you're going to do what's right for Missourians. And one thing Mike Parson wants to make sure we have is economic opportunities for Missouri. He understands the only way to move our state forward is building our state's economy and improving in our economic development and giving many Missourians the opportunity, like Pavel has given many Missourians here, to provide for their family. He has governed the state from his heart with those values. He has never let any of us down that we know. He's always been true to his word, and I know he supports great projects like this. Please help me welcome your 57th governor, Governor Mike Parson.
Thank you, appreciate it. Man, good afternoon, everyone. What a heck of a way to start this show off. Man, I'm thinking about getting some of them at the office or something. When you walk out or something, you got that kind of show going. Hey, let me ask three ladies to step up here real quick, because us guys are on the stage, but I'm going to tell you, none of us three would be standing on this stage today if it wasn't for three special women. So would you ladies please step forward? And please have our wives come up and be recognized also. Come on up on stage. Come on up. That's kind of what they do in the background a little bit, but thank you, ladies, for making it all a special day for all of us, but thank you for what you do behind the scenes every day to make our lives successful, of all of us that are up here on the stage today. Pavel, not too long ago, come to the governor's office, and we sat down and did an interview together, an in-depth interview. It was really the first time I really got to meet him, and I will tell you, it was an experience. As a matter of fact, that's why I'm here today. Really because of that interview, because he was kind of interviewing me, but at the same time I was learning about him, and I learned about his values and how he viewed the world and why he was so successful. And it was simply because there's one thing I've learned in my entire career, all the way when I was a little boy. You know, you got to work hard. If you want to be successful in this whole world, you got to work. To be in the positions we're all in today, nobody gives you anything. You have to work. And as I talked to Pavel, I realized that he had that work ethic, that you knew he was a young guy that was going to be very successful because he wasn't afraid to take a chance. That's why we're all here today. But he really felt and believed that he could make something new, intriguing, special, and to make people's lives a little more fun. And as I walk around these vehicles, and I got a little tour before behind the scenes and everything, how can you not be in one of those things and have fun? If you're driving it not to have fun, you don't need it. I'm telling you right now, that's a fun rig out there. So it's great to be here. You know a lot, and I know the mayor's here. Mayor, good to see you. I seen you stand over there a while ago. The lieutenant governor, myself, when we set out 6 years ago, and I asked him to be the lieutenant governor of the state of Missouri, to help me, not just be the lieutenant governor, but I wanted him to believe how much I believed in infrastructure and workforce development. Because I truly believe that's the future of our state, is to make sure people know that working inside this facility is a good job. And the people that work here are good paying jobs, and you can be proud of being in the manufacturing business. How many of you in this room know today that Missouri is number 4 in the United States of America for manufacturing? You guys know that? And it's exactly because of the businesses right here you're at today. And they're all over the state of Missouri, and they continue to grow. But the reason they continue to grow, for all you employees that are here, is because we got to make sure that we got the workforce of tomorrow ready, that they understand what the jobs of tomorrow are, that they can work in facilities like that. So another little shout out to Missouri. How many of you know Missouri is number 2 in the United States for apprenticeship programs across the United States? How about that? I could go on and on talking to you about, I'd love to talk about infrastructure and highways, because all these rigs are going to be going down the highways and the infrastructure. But Pavel, this is his day. I'm here simply to support what he's doing as a small business owner in the state of Missouri, as many as you are. They're here today for that. But I tell you what, it has been a heck of a ride to be governor of this great state and see businesses like this popping up all over our state. And the one thing you know, they are the future, and all the employees that are here. So it's a great time to be the governor of the state of Missouri. We just need to make sure that we get the customers in here, we get these rigs out the door, and we pull more in every day. That's a secret to success. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Pavel here. This is his show. But let me just finish by saying this. It is such an honor to be the 57th governor of the great state of Missouri. Thank you all for being here. God bless. Thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen. I appreciate you. Thank you, gentlemen. I'll let you join your spouses so that I don't get in trouble. Thank you, everybody. I really appreciate it. And working through all the emotions and thoughts, I couldn't put my thoughts together without getting very emotional. And so I had my team help me put it down on a page and a half. Good afternoon, honored guests. Thank you for joining us on this big day. Your presence here is a blessing to our entire team. how fast the time flies. It feels like just yesterday, I was in my mom's garage, the cradle of my business. 8 months ago, Lieutenant Governor Mike Kehoe and our wonderful mayor stood on an empty plot of land right beneath our feet. And I remember overhearing Lieutenant Governor Mike Kehoe telling our builder, Rich Kramer, that he better get this building done on time. Mike, he finished on time. I'd like to also take a moment and give a few additional acknowledgments. First, I would like to personally thank Governor Mike Parson and Lieutenant Governor Mike Kehoe for being a tremendous help on this journey of ours. Thank you for making Missouri a place where businesses can thrive. There are very few politicians that I personally know who work at the speed of business owners. Next, I'd like to thank Oakstar Bank and Kramer Construction for our state-of-the-art facility. And also, I can't miss to tell Rand thank you for dealing with all 187 changes that we made throughout the build process. I also need to acknowledge our stellar employees. This is the work of your hands, team. Greg Baudet, Mike Compton, and endless others. Your selfless involvement in our company operations keeps the lights on and puts food on the tables of many. My mother, Lydia, Mom, thank you for letting me use your garage when it all started. I haven't forgotten that I still owe you a new house. And of course, my beautiful wife, Nina, for her unconditional love and support of this endeavor from day one. Even when I sold our house and her car to start this business, leaving her without transportation and us living with her parents for almost an entire year, I hope the new Tesla, new house was worth the wait, my dear. I also want to thank God. You said you were going to support me, and you truly have. I've had this entrepreneurial mindset for as long as I can remember. My first business transaction took place in the 5th grade when I sold my first bookmark to a girl in front of me so that I could buy a fruit roll-up, which was not covered by my free lunch. In 2020, when I learned that the RV industry was lacking quality products and had a high demand for RVs, while the market continued to expand and people were searching for new ways to get out of confinement, led me to the creation of the ultimate RVs. And today, I stand proudly before you as the #1 expedition vehicle manufacturer in the world. But this, however, is just the beginning. This is just the beginning of a new chapter of our company as we set on groundbreaking yet on a new factory later this year. But I will leave that up for discussions with our builders and bankers as we continue to face many different challenges. But I know that if we've made it to this day, that this is only our beginning. And with that, I'd like to invite 4 very special individuals in my life. Pastor Pavel Bosovic, Pastor Sergej Getman, Pastor Ilya Bosovic, and Pastor Pavel Lusik. I'd like to call them to the stage to lead a prayer of gratitude and request of God's blessing for all of 27 North, our great state of Missouri, and the #1 country in the world, the United States of America. These are our 4 wonderful pastors at the church that attend River of Life. They can pray in English, but it's a very broken English, and they feel more comfortable praying in their native language of Ukrainian. And so Pastor Pavel will lead us in prayer, if we can all bow our heads. He would like to share a few words. My apologies. What pastor won't speak about God in the Bible? I'm very lucky to have not only your name, but your last name as well. When people ask where I live, I say I lived for 5.5 years in Oregon, another 5.5 years in Georgia, but today I live for 18 years in America. Thank you for the information from the governor. I didn't make a mistake. My desire
Мне приятно, что Павел мой племянник,
I am very lucky that Pavel is my
и
nephew
он член нашей церкви «Река жизни».
and a member of our church, River of Life.
Я желаю, чтобы ты был блаженным мужем Божьим.
I desire that you be a blessed man of God.
Первый псалом.
Psalm 1.
Если будешь поступать
If you will do as it says,
так, как написано,
the way it is written,
ты будешь успешным.
you will be successful.
Я желаю, чтобы ты был как дерево,
I desire that you be like a tree
посаженное при потоках вод.
planted by the fountain of waters.
Эти потоки исходят от Бога,
And these springs, they come from God,
от Его Слова.
from His Word.
Поэтому, если будешь вникать в Слово Божье,
And so when you look into the Word of God,
размышлять день и ночь,
meditate on it day and night,
ты будешь успешным.
you'll be successful.
И все, что ты будешь делать,
And everything that you do,
ты успеешь.
you'll be successful.
И мы об этом помолимся.
And we're going to pray about
Чтобы
this,
Бог благословил твой бизнес,
that God blesses the business,
это место,
this place,
чтобы Его охрана и защита была на этом
and that
месте.
His protection and blessing be on this place.
Чтобы Бог благословил всех твоих рабочих,
That He blesses all the employees,
и во всех путях твоих
and in all our ways
была Божья охрана,
was God's protection
Божье
and
благословение.
His blessing.
Отец Небесный, во имя Иисуса Христа мы совершаем эту молитву. Мы благодарны Тебе, что от Тебя исходят источники всех благословений. Когда Ты был на этой земле, Ты сказал, что без Тебя вы не можете делать ничего. Господь, мы это видим в нашей жизни, что без Тебя мы ничего не можем делать. Мы благодарны Тебе, что тот бизнес, который начал Павел, он тесно сотрудничает с Тобой. Он обращается к Тебе, он нуждается в Твоем благословении. И он понимает, что это благословение зависит только от Тебя. Поэтому мы благодарны Тебе, что совсем недавно здесь была пустая земля. И сегодня мы видим это прекрасное здание. Благодарность Тебе. Ты благословил этот отрезок жизни. И сейчас мы просим Тебя, это открытие официально этого бизнеса. Господь, благослови. Весь этот бизнес да будет по Твоим благословениям. Пусть Твоя охрана и защита будет над всеми рабочими. Господь, особенно мне хочется, чтобы это был честный бизнес. Чтобы во всем, что они будут делать, оно соответствовало Слову Твоему, Твоим заповедям и Твоим повелениям. Я желаю, чтобы брат Павел был этим блаженным мужем, как то дерево, посаженное при потоках вод, чтобы во всем, что он будет делать в жизни своей, прежде всего для Тебя, Господь, служа Тебе и в работе и бизнесе, пусть он успеет. Да будет он успешным и благословенным Тобой. Благослови всех, кто пришел на это место. Благослови, Господь, Твоим обильным благословением, и пусть во всем, и в том числе в этом мероприятии, прославится имя Твое, имя нашего Бога, Отца, Сына и Святого Духа. Аминь.
Спасибо большое.
Ladies and gentlemen, the ceremony has concluded. The floor is now open for ambassadors to lead guided tours. Caroline will be performing 2 more songs for your enjoyment. Out-of-town guests are invited back to join us here for some dinner and networking. Thank you for joining us in celebrating this special occasion.